Ladies and gentlemen, let's get something straight. Dreaming is easy. Anyone can sit around and fantasize about a better life. It's easy to sit back, close your eyes, and imagine success. But here's the cold, hard truth: dreams alone don't mean a damn thing. Dreaming won't put food on your table, it won't build your empire, and it certainly won't get you where you want to go. It's time to stop dreaming and start achieving. Here's the deal: every minute you spend in that dreamy fantasy world, you're losing precious time. Time that could be used to build your legacy. Time that could be used to take the steps, however small, to move closer to your goal. You think life is going to come to you just because you want it? You're wrong. Dreams don't make it happen, action does. And if you keep waiting for the right moment, let me tell you, there is no right moment. The right moment is now. Now, let's talk about the cost of inaction. What's the price of sitting there hoping your dreams will come to you? It's regret, plain and simple. It's seeing others who dared to take the plunge, who chose to act when you were too scared. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for someone to tell them it was time. They just did it. And you know what? They didn't dream it, they achieved it. Let me make one thing clear: no one is coming to hand you success. No one is coming to save you. Life is not a fairy tale. You want something, you go out and grab it. No one cares about your excuse for not trying. The world owes you nothing. Your results will be exactly what you put into it. No more excuses, no more pity parties. You either show up or get left behind. Simple as that. Now let's talk about fear. Fear is a killer. Fear will tell you you're not good enough, you'll fail, you'll never make it. Guess what? Fear is the voice of someone who has never achieved greatness. Every person you admire, every successful person you look up to, has one thing in common: they fought through fear. Fear doesn't stop them. You need to start looking at fear as your signal to move forward. Every time fear shows up, it means you're on the right path. So stop running from it and face it. You're not going to break through until you do. Motivation? Forget it. Motivation comes and goes. One day you feel on top of the world, and the next day you're wondering why you even bother. But here's the thing: commitment is what gets you to the top. Motivation is temporary. But commitment to your goal, to your vision, is what makes you unstoppable. Whether you feel like it or not, you show up, you put in the work, and you do it again and again. That's the key to winning. You want to start? Don't overthink it. Take one step, do something. Don't wait for perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. You know what does? Progress. Progress is what gets you closer to your goal. So start now. No more waiting for things to be just right. Start with the smallest step and keep moving forward. That's how you win. Finally, let's get one thing straight: passion without discipline is useless. Passion is great for motivation, but when the excitement dies down, you need discipline to keep going. Passion can fuel the fire, but it's discipline that will keep the fire burning. It's discipline that makes you put in the work when no one's watching. It's discipline that separates the winners from the dreamers. So here's the challenge: stop dreaming. Start achieving. Get up, get moving, and make it happen. The world doesn't care about your dreams, but it will respect your achievements. Don't let this be another year of missed opportunities. You either make a move or get left behind. It's your choice. Make it count. Thank you. We live in a world that celebrates dreams. Everywhere you look, you hear about vision boards, goals, aspirations, and the power of positive thinking. But here's the truth: no one talks about dreams don't mean anything unless you act on them. It's easy to say, I want this or I want that. It's easy to sit back and imagine what life would be like if you had everything you've ever wanted. But dreaming is just a starting point. It's the first step, and unfortunately for far too many people, it's the only step they ever take. You can dream about success all you want, but if you don't move beyond that dream, If you don't take the hard, uncomfortable steps toward actually making that dream a reality, then it's just a wish. Dreams are what we have when we're too afraid to get started. Dreams are what we tell ourselves when we don't have the guts to take real action. And let me tell you something, nothing in life is handed to you just because you have a dream. You don't get to sit on your couch, do nothing, and expect your life to magically change. You have to work for it. When I hear people talk about their dreams, it's like listening to a child say they want to be a superhero. Sure, it's cute, but until they pick up the tools, train their body, and start making real decisions that align with that goal, they'll never get anywhere. You can have the dream, but you have to move toward it. You have to roll up your sleeves, put in the work, and start achieving. Dreams are only the blueprint for success, not the finished product. The harsh reality is that most people will spend their entire lives dreaming. They'll fantasize about the life they could have, the things they could do, but they'll never take the first step. They'll make excuses. They'll talk about why they can't, or why it's too hard, or why the timing isn't right. But here's the thing, there will never be a perfect time. Life will never hand you everything you need to make it easy. It's not supposed to. You have to go out and get it. You need to stop talking about your dreams like there's some far-off destination and start acting like they are your mission, your purpose, your undeniable reason to wake up every day and get to work. I'm not here to tell you that dreaming is bad. What I'm telling you is that dreaming is just the beginning. Dreaming will only get you so far, and if you stay there too long, you'll find yourself stuck, always wishing for what could have been. So I'm calling you out today. Stop dreaming and start achieving. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to tell you that now is the right time. The time is now. Start moving. Start doing. Because dreams without action are just fantasy. And the world doesn't care about your fantasy. The world respects the ones who take action, the ones who get things done. So if you want to make a difference, if you want to change your life, then it's time to stop dreaming and start achieving. Let's talk about the cost of inaction. Because I'm here to tell you something that no one else will. Every day you sit still, every day you allow fear or complacency to keep you from taking action, you're paying a price. The cost of inaction is not just some number on a piece of paper, it's your life, it's your future. It's the dreams that you'll never see realized, the opportunities you'll never have, the legacy you'll never leave behind. While you sit there waiting for the right moment or hoping for some miracle to fall from the sky, life is moving forward without you. The world is moving on, and you are being left behind. You think you can keep putting it off. You think that you'll get to it tomorrow, next week, or next year. But what you don't realize is that every second you spend paralyzed by inaction is a second you'll never get back. Every time you talk yourself out of taking that first step, every time you let doubt creep in and keep you stuck, you're allowing your time to slip away. Time is something you can never get back. And once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get to reset the clock. So you can either spend it building something that lasts, or you can waste it. There are people out there who right now are doing what you're dreaming about doing, while you sit there thinking someone else is putting in the work, taking the risks, getting uncomfortable, and making things happen. And that's what it takes. It's uncomfortable. It's hard. But guess what? If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it were easy, no one would feel the pain of regret when they look back and realize they didn't take that leap. The people who win are the ones who take action. They make the tough decisions. They get up and do what others won't. And that's the difference. Action equals results. Inaction equals missed opportunities. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, time waits for no one, but let me break that down for you. Time doesn't even notice you. It doesn't care if you're ready. It doesn't care if you feel like it or not. Time moves forward, and you either keep up with it or it leaves you behind. The world doesn't slow down for you to catch up. You need to make the choice right now, today, to move or be moved. And if you choose to stay still, if you choose to do nothing, then you are choosing to be irrelevant. You are choosing to waste the precious time you've been given. You are choosing to live a life of regret instead of achievement. Inaction doesn't just hurt you, it hurts the people around you. Your dreams, your goals, the things you are capable of, they all have a ripple effect. They can change not just your life, but the lives of the people you love. But if you're not willing to act, then your potential stays locked inside, doing no one any good. The world is waiting for you to show up, for you to step into your purpose, and you're the one holding yourself back. So ask yourself this: what are you really willing to pay for inaction? Are you willing to give up your chance at greatness? Are you willing to give up your dreams? Are you willing to stand on your deathbed looking back at a life full of what ifs and regrets? Let me make one thing perfectly clear: no one is going to hand you success. You can sit around waiting for the perfect opportunity to fall into your lap. You can sit and pray for someone to give you the golden ticket, the shortcut, the easy way to success. But here's the truth: there is no easy way. Life doesn't hand out favors. The world doesn't owe you anything. Success is not something that's just going to fall from the sky, waiting for you to be lucky enough to catch it. Success isn't a gift, it's a reward for the work you're willing to put in. You think someone's going to come and say, hey, here's your dream job, or here's the business you've always wanted, or here's the success you've been hoping for. That's not how it works. Success is earned, not given. The people who make it are the ones who show up every single day, grinding it out, doing the work when no one is watching, sacrificing when others are taking it easy, pushing forward when everyone else is quitting. It's about making the decision every single day that you are going to earn your place in this world, that you are going to put in the effort to make your dreams come true, not wait for someone to hand them to you. There is no magic. There's no secret. The key to success isn't about being in the right place at the right time or knowing the right people. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed when it feels like no one is paying attention. You have to make it happen. You have to earn it. Every successful person you admire, every person you look up to, has one thing in common: they didn't wait for someone to give them success. They didn't wait for a perfect opportunity. They made their own opportunities, and they fought like hell to make them count. You can do the same. But here's the thing: if you're waiting for success to come to you, you're already too late. You have to go out there and take it. The world doesn't owe you anything. It's not looking for you. It's looking for the people who are hungry, the people who are relentless, the people who aren't afraid to fail and try again. If you want success, you better be ready to chase it, to knock down every door in your way, and to push past every obstacle that tries to stop you. The worst thing you can do is sit back and wait. If you wait for someone to see your potential, if you wait for someone to hand you the opportunity, you will be waiting your whole life. No one is coming to save you. The people who win are the ones who take their destiny into their own hands. They don't wait for permission, they make it happen. If you want success, it's time to stop waiting, stop hoping, and start doing. It's all on you. The ball is in your court. And the sooner you realize that no one else is going to hand you success, the sooner you can get to work and start earning it for yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions, because there is no perfect moment. You have to create it. You have to earn it. So get up, get to work, and make it happen, because no one is going to hand it to you. Fear. It's something we all face, something that holds us back, something that keeps us in our comfort zones, preventing us from reaching the heights we're truly capable of. And you know what? Fear is a liar. Fear tells you that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you're not strong enough. Fear whispers in your ear that failure is waiting around the corner, that the world will judge you, that you should stay exactly where you are because moving forward could be dangerous. But here's the truth: fear is the very thing that will keep you from everything you want in life. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, you are going to have to push past that fear. You're going to have to look fear straight in the eyes and tell it, not today, because if you listen to fear, if you allow it to dictate your life, you will be stuck. You'll be stuck in the same place, the same routine, the same limiting beliefs, never growing, never evolving, never becoming who you were meant to be. And that's the real danger of living a life that's small, because fear has convinced you that it's safer to stay where you are. I think about the moments in your life when you've been afraid to take action. Maybe you were scared of failing. Maybe you were scared of what others would think. Maybe you were scared of the unknown, scared of stepping into something that felt too big, too challenging. That fear feels real. But you have to understand something. It's not the fear that will break you. It's the decision to listen to it and let it control you. Fear will never stop knocking at your door. It will always be there trying to hold you back, but it's your choice whether or not you open the door. So what do you do when fear shows up? You push past it, you acknowledge it, but you don't let it control you. You take that fear and turn it into fuel. You take that anxiety and use it as motivation. Because every time you push through fear, you get stronger. Every time you decide to act, even when you feel afraid, you build confidence. Fear will always be a part of your journey. It's not going anywhere, but you have the power to decide how much of your life it gets to control. I think of every successful person you admire, they've all been afraid at some point. They've all faced moments of doubt, moments of uncertainty, moments where they didn't know how things would turn out. But here's the difference: they didn't let fear stop them. They didn't let fear keep them from taking that leap, from making the hard decision, from pushing themselves to become better than they were yesterday. They used fear as a signal, not as a barrier. When fear showed up, they took action. They kept going. They pushed past it. You have to make the same choice. When fear whispers in your ear, you have to say, I'm not listening today. When fear tries to tell you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, you have to remind yourself that you are capable. You are strong enough. You are ready. You don't need to wait for the fear to disappear, because it never will. But you can choose to move forward anyway, to trust yourself, and to keep going despite the fear. The world doesn't reward those who sit back and let fear control them. The world rewards those who step up and take action, who take risks, who don't let fear hold them hostage. You have greatness inside of you, and the only thing standing between you and that greatness is your willingness to push past the fear. It won't be easy. It won't be comfortable, but it will be worth it. So the next time fear comes knocking, don't back down. Push past it and show the world who you really are. Motivation is a powerful force. It's that surge of energy, that burst of excitement that pushes you to take action, to begin something new, to chase after your goals with enthusiasm. But here's the hard truth: motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up feeling ready to conquer the world, and other days you can barely get out of bed. If you rely on motivation alone to drive you, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because motivation doesn't last, it's temporary. And when it fades, and it will fade, what will you do? Will you stop? Will you quit? Will you let the absence of motivation keep you from reaching your goals? The difference between people who succeed and those who don't is not always talent, not always intelligence, not always the perfect conditions. The difference is commitment. Commitment is what keeps you going when the motivation is long gone. Commitment is what makes you show up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. Commitment is what carries you through the hard times, the setbacks, the moments when you want to give up. Motivation is the spark. But commitment is the fire that keeps burning, no matter how difficult things get. You can't rely on the fleeting highs of motivation to push you through the grind. The world is full of motivated people who start something new, who dive in headfirst with excitement, but when things get tough, when they hit that first obstacle or face that first setback, they're out. Why? Because they were relying on motivation, not commitment. Motivation is easy when everything is going smoothly. It's easy when you're starting out and everything feels new and exciting. But the real test, the real measure of success, comes when things get hard, when things don't go according to plan, when you face obstacles you didn't anticipate. That's when commitment matters. Commitment is what makes you press on when everything else is telling you to quit. It's easy to feel motivated when things are good, but what about when you're struggling? What about when you face rejection? When things aren't going your way? When it feels like nothing is working? That's when commitment is the only thing that will keep you going. Commitment says, I'm in this for the long haul. It says, I don't care how hard it gets, I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep putting in the work, even when it's not glamorous, even when it's not fun, even when no one is watching. Motivation is an emotional state. It's something you feel, and feelings are unreliable. You can't build your success on something that changes with every mood, with every shift in the wind. But commitment is a decision. It's a choice you make no matter what. It's a decision to keep going, to keep pushing, even when you're tired, even when you want to quit. When you make the choice to commit, You are saying, this is not a one-time thing. This is who I am. This is my journey, and I'm sticking with it no matter what. When you stop relying on motivation and start relying on commitment, something incredible happens. You stop depending on external factors to fuel your actions. You stop waiting for the right moment, the perfect time, or the perfect mood. You take control of your destiny and refuse to be swayed by the fleeting tides of motivation. Commitment is the backbone of success. It's what keeps you on track when everything else tries to pull you off course. And when you make that shift, when you choose commitment over motivation, you unlock a power that no one can take from you. You become unstoppable.